Have you ever wondered what light was made out of? Is it closer to a wave or a particle? In the 20th century, scientists weren't sure what light was made out of. But now, thanks to Einstein's research, we now know that light has wave particle duality. It basically acts as both, and light travels in packets of waves called photons. But how exactly did he figure that out?
When shining a light on a metal surface, it heats the electrons, causing them to vibrate and eventually eject from the surface. At the time, it was thought that light was a wave. If light was a wave, the higher the amplitude or brighter the light, the more electrons would move and have a greater kinetic energy. If the frequency was increased, more electrons would be ejected. But when the experiment was done, the opposite occurred. The higher amplitude increased the number of electrons ejected, and when the frequency was increased, it increased the kinetic energy. This proves that light behaves as a wave and a particle. So how does this apply to real life?
Now that we understand what the photoelectric effect is, when light hits a surface, it moves the electrons, which generates electricity. This can be used in so many aspects of everyday life you probably just haven't noticed. Like solar panels are a great example, or in my calculator, it's powered by this effect because the top part is hit by light, which moves electrons, which generates electricity to power my calculator. Or in cameras. Cameras use a grid of small silicone squares that are hit by light and eject an electron, which is stored and amplified and sent to computer software to produce an image. Or lastly, it's used with my LED lights. This remote sends an infrared light to the receiver, which is connected to a photoelectric cell that tells it what to do. So when I press this button, it changes to red or to purple or blue or whatever color that I choose. So it might not seem that important whether light is a wave or a particle, but its duality and its behavior is applied to so many things in everyday life you probably just haven't realized yet.